Assalamu alaikum guys, my name is KST. This is a video about eye rune duplication. After killing Rom, we have access to this area, but there is one hunter who is stopping us. So first of all you have to kill him. After that you have to kill Professor Willem. He will drop the rune, but do not pick up this item just yet. What you have to do is after killing him, you have to go a trace back to the Shadows of Yharnam, the area where you fought Shadows of Yharnam. You have to trace back to that area and then you have to go over there. Once you have reached the area where you have fought Shadows of Yharnam, go further back to the area where there are pigs and enemies. The enemies which are crawling on the ground with their hands. Clear out the enemies. There are two things to note over here, guys. One thing is that during this glitch you must not turn off your PlayStation, or if it turns off, like for example power outage, then this glitch cannot be done, because the item will despawn and the game will not save the item when you once you log back. Second thing is you have to do run-ups, like from this post. This is the starting area. You have to go over here and then you have to keep running to the stairs of the next area. That is basically the glitch. You have to go here, run forth 1 2 3 4, how many times you want. Right from here, this is the ending point. You have to go from the first pole to this area and then you have to do it 1 or 2 times, or how many times you want. Basically the run-ups in this is how many items you want from that enemy or the eye rune. Since Master Willem or Professor Willem is not an enemy, he won't respawn after doing this glitch. So the item that he has, which he drops actually, which is the eye rune, it duplicates in a way. It respawns. That item respawns, but not Professor Willem. You get my point? Yeah, that's basically the eye rune duplication glitch. It's easy, but there is one problem though. For in order to use the eye runes, you must have arcane to use it, because arcane scales with discovery, and the more discovery you have, the more chances of item drops from enemies you have. There is also one more thing to note, that eye rune, basically the function of eye rune is to allow enemies to drop more items. Now in this case, the items we are talking about is not basically items, it's actually gems. It is gems. So if you have the eye runes equipped and you have a decent level of arcane, I think the soft cap of arcane is 50 or 60. I don't remember that correctly. Of course, it's been a year, I haven't played this game for so long. But whatever the level is, the more arcane you have, the more chances for the enemies to drop the gems that you required. That is basically how arcane and eye rune work together. Anyways, after doing that, you have to run back to the area where you killed Master Wilhelm, and that is basically how you do the eye duplication glitch. This is it for the guide, guys. There isn't much to this except that you have to kill Master Willem and then you have to run back to Shadows of Yharnam, and then you have to do 2 run-ups and 2-3 run-ups, and depending on how much runes you want. After doing so, you would have officially done the eye rune duplication glitch. As I ran 5 times, so I got 5 eye runes. I hope this guide helps you do this glitch. I will be seeing you guys in the next video. Until then, Allah Hafiz.